Art is often created to shine a spotlight on the dark, shadowy parts of human nature. It can be gruesome and unforgiving and sometimes downright repulsive. But as we all know, life imitates art. This is the story of how Edgar Allan Poe unwittingly predicted a terrifying tragedy. The narrative of Arthur Gordon Pym of Nantucket was the only novel Poe ever wrote. Similar to Poe's other literary works, this one relied heavily on dark, eerie themes. It was written in 1838 and told the story of Pym's adventures on a whaling ship. One of the misadventures was a shipwreck that left the crew stranded. As their supplies dwindled and they became overwhelmed with hunger, they decided their only option was to resort to cannibalism. They drew straws, and the young cabin boy named Richard Parker was sacrificed to fill the bellies of the remaining crew. 46 years later, in the spring of 1884, an Australian man visiting England purchased a yacht called the Mignonette. He hired a crew of 4 people to sail his yacht back to his home in Australia. Somewhere 1,500 miles off the coast of Africa, they encountered a terrible storm, which sank the tiny boat. They were left stranded without any food or water. I'm sure you can guess where this is going. In their desperate fight for sustenance, the older members of the crew turned their sights on the 17-year-old cabin boy. They decided to do what they had to survive, and they feasted upon the young boy. Just like the book written nearly 50 years prior, his name was Richard Parker. The remaining men were eventually rescued, and when they returned home, they had to face judgment. They underwent a trial in a court case which challenged the ethics of surviving at sea and committing unthinkable acts in life or death situations. The men were found guilty but only spent 6 months in jail due to the circumstances of their crimes. How is it possible that life imitated Poe's novels so accurately, down to the young boy's name? Sometimes truth is stranger than fiction, but maybe the dark nature of humans is simply more predictable than we allow ourselves to believe.